Alright, hi everybody, this is Bonkai922 doing a quick vid of the review for One Piece episode 544. Before I get into it, big ups, King of Lightning. We have a lot of things to talk about. We did a lot of nice little conversation on Skype, me and him. So, up to King of Lightning, good on you. One Piece 544. Arlong versus Jimbei. Basically, what occurred in this episode, obviously, we found out, Tiger Fisher, he's dead. And while he's telling this flashback, telling, the crew, Luffy's crew, about it, Jimbei, Arlong, after this situation, he goes back to the Kokoa's island to attack the Navy, and he's tolling the house, beating the shit out of them, what have you. And eventually, Kizaru is there. Oh, fuck. Kizaru is there, and he just blasts a light blast right through Arlong, pushes him down. He says, "Oh, why did you come here?" It's like, "For revenge, you people who killed Tiger Fisher and everything," and so on and so forth. And then Kizaru just taking his finger and he's pointing to Arlong's head. He says, "You gotta come with us now." And that's what happens. And basically, Arlong tells the story of, he's dead, and he didn't want the bloods of human in him for the, transplant, and so on and so forth. And hearing this information, Jimbei has supposedly taken the role of the captain of the Sun Pirates now. He tells the crew of the Sun Pirates, what do you say? Oh, that this is a lie. That Arlong basically did not want to tell the Navy, the government, that Tiger Fisher was a slave. So he kept that a secret. And moving right along, they find out, and Jimbei is asked by the government, because there's a conversation between the vice admiral or admiral that was taken out by Jimbei. Conversation between him, and Kizaru. And basically, the admiral's telling Kizaru Jimbei is way too dangerous to be left alone. We need to put him into custody. And that's what the conversation there was saying. And Jimbei is offered to be a Shubakai, a warlord. And that's what happens. Now, also in this episode, we find out, on the other side of the coin, with Otohime, back on Fishman Island, a very sad thing. She got 10 signatures on like 100 pieces of paper. She got like 10 of the signatures. And that equal to like, I think, 1,000 or 10,000 people. And what happens is, she's talking to these people, these fishmen, and fish, show up to her and they say, they wanted to talk to her. And they basically say that they want her to give back the signatures that she took from them, the ones they did. And then one by one, people are taking back the signatures until there's nothing left. It was really sad. I think that was the saddest moment in this episode. And then she goes back home to meet up with, Shirayoshi and her other children. And they want to play with mommy, play with mommy. And she says to give her a minute. Don't. She wants to be alone. And she's just sitting there crying her eyes out and shit. And Shirayoshi sees this, and then this leads up to her going for the booze. She just starts drinking, and she's using on the monitor, on the loudspeaker, saying to the people that you don't have any courage. If you want something, you should take it. You should go for it. And she's asking, why do you think our children keep going to Shimbei Park? And basically giving that reason that she's basically stating that we need to find the courage to go to other places. We can't just sit in the deepest part of the ocean anymore. We need to explore. And if you people are afraid of the humans, we'll face them together. And that's what happened with that. And then later on, obviously he's accepting the role as a warlord, Jimbei, and he tells Neptune about it, saying that I'm going to, if I become a warlord of Shubakai, I can send the fishmen here, and they'll be protected. We also get an interesting scene of a young Horty Jones, a very young Horty Jones, as part of the military, part of the guard of the royal palace. And then what obviously happens is that's when he obviously goes to impel down Jimbei, and they release Arlong from prison and impel down. And they put him back on the ship, and he says, it was like, Arlong's on. And then Jimbei's got this angry look in his face and looking at him like, you fucked up. You fucked up. And then there's like a face-off between Arlong and Jimbei. Jimbei, oh my god, he lets him have it. He's saying, you didn't listen to what our brother said. He said not to have anger and resentment, and you didn't listen to him. And he just beats the shit out of him. And eventually, he takes Hachi and the others to elsewhere. And obviously Arlong then creates the Arlong Pirates. And then these other three guys leave as well. So Jimbei basically is now telling the pirate crew, and while this is happening, we then see they get a close-up of Nami's face to suggest something along those lines. And he said that the crew, the Sunfish Pirates, split up into three groups. Arlong, obviously the one Jimbei has, and the three that left him. And there was also another scene in this episode too, where we had the crew looking on Jimbei when he was talking about Tiger Fisher dying, a captain dying, and saying how you guys should know how it feels to be separated for a long time. And that was basically happened in this episode. Very emotional stuff going on with Otohime trying to get her people, trying to get the fishmen, mermen, people to accept this idea that we need to have the courage to face going out of this bubble that we are in, to move on and go somewhere else. And I'm going to give this one, I'm trying to think now. I think I would give this one a 3.5 out of 5. I want to see more action. Obviously, this was obviously a little bit more better because we did get to see like a fight between Arlong and Jimbei, and also we now know how Jimbei became a Shuba guy, and we also know from this episode how Arlong created the Arlong Pirates. And to some extent, I don't think Nami has a reason to be upset now. I mean, I know it's hard to say, but for some reason I feel like it's true what Arlong did to her was vicious, was cruel, it was really bad. But now hearing this story from Jimbei, you gotta figure, you know, it has some merit to it. And it makes sense to say that, you know, he did these evil deeds, Arlong, but now, after hearing this story, you can't really blame him, kind of, but still, obviously Nami's probably going to still have resentment. But hearing this story, we now know that this is what transpired. And to be honest with you, I think Jimbei should have just let him rot in prison, Arlong. But then again, he's his brother. There's a kinship of brotherhood between Arlong and Jimbei. And he didn't want to do that. Now, I like the fact that this flashback, we did get to see really good action in it. And I like Jimbei. Like, he's one of my favorite One Piece characters. I think he's up there. He's the greatest, I think. You know? That's I just love that. I just love Jimbei. He's so cool. In fact, he's probably, besides Hancock, he's like my second favorite Shubakai. I would definitely say that. Because I think his character, the way he presents himself, it's just such an interesting setup of a character. And I really liked him in this episode. It's pretty fucking cool. Okay, so everyone, this has been Bonkai922. Good episode of One Piece. Tomorrow, Fate Zero episode review, I will do. Fate Zero. Oh yeah, Excel World. Dusk Maiden X Amnesia. And hopefully, if I can get to it, Game of Thrones review season 2. So we'll look forward to that. This was a good episode of One Piece. But obviously, we need to get past these flashbacks. I was checking out Forever World's video. He said that it's probably going to be like a little bit more flashback. And I'll be under that. So yeah, this has been Bonkai922. See you guys later. And as I said before, descriptions below, I will put my Skype name. So everyone can come on down and check me out. See you guys later.